Hey guys, today we're going to be making this pinwheel bow, so let's go ahead and get started. Now I'm going to be using this ribbon here. This is a 1.5 inch wide ribbon, and this is a 3/8 of an inch ribbon. So this piece here I cut to about 28 inches, and this piece is about 5 inches. You're also going to be needing a piece of craft wire. This is about 4 inches long, so make sure you also have something to cut it with. So these are just basic wire cutters here. And of course you'll need a pair of scissors, you'll need your heat sealer, and a glue gun. So let's go ahead and get started. The first step is to heat seal all of the ends of our ribbon. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first. Now for this style bow, we are going to be doing some looping, but don't worry, it's going to be super easy. So first off, we're going to start with one of our tails here. So we're just going to call our ends here our tails. So one of the tails is going to stay in the back at all times. So I'm just going to wrap the ribbon across the front here, tail in the back, so we know that that's going to stay in the back there. And I'm just going to wrap the ribbon back up. Now this thumb here is going to be our holder thumb, so that is just going to be pinching down the little layers we're going to be doing. So I'm just going to take this piece of ribbon here and slip it in between that first loop, just the edge of it. So we don't need to have it all the way in there, just along the edge, just enough where you can kind of pinch down with that thumb. And we're going to wrap this end back around, and we're going to keep these pretty even. And just go ahead and lift up that thumb and pinch down again, holding that piece of the ribbon in place. We just don't want them sliding around too much. And then I'm just going to take this in here, our tail, our last tail, and just wrap that back around. Now you should have a very basic kind of look like this right now. So we've got 2 loops and we've got 2 tails. Both of our tails are in the back. So the back is looking just like this, okay? So we've got our 2 tails. So now we're just going to go ahead and start our folds or our creases. So holding down with your thumb, go ahead and just make a crease in the center there. And then fold back on itself, and then fold back on itself again. Okay, so we're kind of doing an accordion fold. Now we're just going to keep that pinched, and I'm going to grab our little piece of craft wire, and we're just going to go ahead and wrap this around. And this is going to hold our center instead of hot gluing. You could hot glue that down, but it might be pretty slippery because of the way the folds are, so it's kind of easier just to go ahead and use craft wire. Another option would be to sew it, but again, because of the folds, it is pretty slippery. So just go ahead and wrap your craft wire around it, and you want that first pinch to really get a grip there so you can get a good beginning to your wrap. So we're just wrapping that craft wire all the way around until we run out. So we come to the very end and just press those ends down so it stays nice and tight. And if you want to flatten it out a little bit, pinch it down a bit. Alright, so this is how we're looking right now. Craft wire is wrapped all the way around. I pinched down the ends so there's no pokey pieces. And we are going to be working on the front here. So this is our front, right, where our tails are, and that's the back. And I'm going to go ahead and take my scissors and trim our tails. So instead of just cutting like, one edge, how we do on some bows, we're going to go ahead and fold our tail in half like this. And I'm going to cut diagonally from the ends. Okay, so these are the little outer pieces here, and this is the center of the tail. So I'm just going to cut up this way. Alright, so there's one of our tails. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Just go ahead and make a little crease. Cut diagonally. It just gives it kind of a fancier, kind of more fun, well, pinwheel sort of look. And once we've cut our tails, I'm going to go ahead and heat seal those. So we definitely don't want those fraying. So this is how we're looking now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and set down our bow. We're gonna work on the middle now. So I'm taking our 3/8 of a ribbon here, this little 5-inch piece, and I'm gonna flip our bow over to the back, and I'm gonna take my hot glue gun and add just a little dollop of glue right on the back there. And I'm gonna take the end of our ribbon and just press that right over it. Next, I'm going to tie a little knot just below where we've glued down our ribbon there. And it doesn't matter if you do this before or after. If you want to do it before, you can. Sometimes I just find that this is easier because I can see the position of where it's going to be going pretty easily. So we're just going to scoot that knot right next to where the hot glue is. Okay, so we're just below there. I'm just going to make that, well, you know, as pretty as you can. This is going to be going in the front, so I'm just going to kind of flatten it out a bit. So we're looking like that, and I'm going to wrap it around the front. Also, we've got our knot right in the center there. I'm just going to flip our bow over, and I'm going to grab my hair tie. Now, if you want, you can use a hair clip, an alligator clip, whatever you prefer. I'm just going to use a hair tie this time. And these make really cute ponytail bows too. So that's why I think I want to use the hair tie. So I'm going to just add a little dollop of glue right on the back there, right on that little piece of ribbon. And we shall attach our hair tie. And if you were using a hair clip, you would just do it basically the exact same way. Just going to hold that there for a minute and let that glue set. Once the glue has had a chance to set, just go ahead and add another little dollop of glue right over the hair tie. And then grab your little tail here from the centerpiece and just pull it tight and wrap it right around the glue and the hair tie. Now I've got a little bit extra ribbon here, so I'm just going to go ahead and trim that up. And I'm going to go ahead and heat seal that. And we're going to add our last little bit of glue right on the end there, just to hold that down. Our hair tie is secure, and all that's left is just to fluff up your bow. So I just grab these little loops on the side and just kind of pull those away from each other. Just kind of helps fluff them up. So separating them just kind of gives, you know, it adds to that kind of pinwheel effect. So I just pull the tails more vertically. And your pinwheel bow is all done and ready to wear. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!